And we've beaten Lavos Core, and now we get the ending! And this is, in my opinion, the main ending, the canon ending. Because this is what happens if you do everything in the game that you're supposed to when you get the option to do it. Starts off with a soldier coming to Chrono's house saying that your stay of execution has been cancelled, and now to carry out the sentence. Even though we were actually not found guilty to where we were going to be executed, we were put in jail by a false chancellor. It's like, okay, what the hell's going on? It's a very what the hell moment. So Chrono goes before the king, and if you rescue the chancellor from the treasure chest, the chancellor, if not, it would be Pierre, who we rescued from certain death. That's almost kind of a more dick move. If you leave the chancellor in there for this, and Pierre's gonna put you to death when we save Pierre, really dick move, Pierre. But the king knows that we had to save the future. And Doan, who somehow survived a paradox, King Guardia, the first King Guardia, and then Kino, who is our descendant, or our ancestor. So, they are all the royal line of Guardia. And Luca comes out displaying the gate key. I'm wondering how she got them all there, because there's 3 of them, and then her, more people traveling through time than they should have, so how do we get past that? But Luca brings everyone here to the king to explain to the king what's been going on so that they know just what his daughter's been up to. And he finally accepts that his daughter is, growing up, saving the world on her own. And then it goes to the Moonlight Parade. There's a blue light from the fountain. I'm not sure where it comes. Princess Nadia is finally home, and Guardia's back to normal. It's a Moonlight Parade. I love the Moonlight Parade scene. It's awesome. Girls dancing with large dress scarf thingies. Dancing around. Cat following us. Little girls blowing hearts to us. Being led by an imp. A blue imp. On the fountain you can see Taban and Lara. You've got Melchior there at his shop. Cat meowing again. Somewhere around here is Chrono's mom. They cut off section of the fair, so you can't go to Beckler's lab and see if you can get another clone. That would be so useful. I just have clones of myself sitting around everywhere. You can actually get clones of all the characters, and they're in random places. Oh, there's Chrono's mom right over there. The only difference in the scene, if we had saved Luca's mom from the machine, she'd be standing, not sitting. That's the only difference. So, I do feel kind of bad that I didn't save her legs. But, if you, I guess, kick the dancing women, they bounce around. Yep, we saved the future. And as you can see, we're controlling Marley, not Chrono, which is kind of interesting. Gotta make sure you talk to everyone. Wander around a little bit. Enjoy the Moonlight Parade. And walking up, all the little blue things spawn forth dancing women. And Luca runs up to the telepod, which is the only other active thing here. And we must say a sorrowful goodbye to everyone. It's actually kind of sad, really. And then they go and play Marley's music to make it even worse. I mean, God. But everyone has to go to their own time. They don't belong here. We've already screwed with history enough. And some sort of sexual crack about Isla being strong in bed. Isla and Kino go back to their time. Frog and the King. I love Frog's dialogue. They just makes... It makes his character the coolest. And before Frog enters, she refers to him as Mr. Frog. And she kisses him. Luca has a smart-ass comment. Don't these things end with the princess kissing the frog? Frog and King Guardia go back to their time. If you get Magus, he disappears now. Without a word. He jumps into the gate. That's it. And then Robo and Doan, who... Robo survived the paradox by being outside of time. Doan, I'm not sure how, because once we defeated Lavos, technically the future should change. So Doan shouldn't be all decrepit. Unless he's just old at this point, which is entirely possible. But they even talk about it. Now that Robo goes... Once they go into the gate, his future's different. It's changed. He doesn't know what his future's going to be like. And that's probably the most depressing part out of all of it. If you come from the future and you change the past, your future is no longer set in stone. So there's no guarantee that you'll even be there. And it kind of breaks Luca's heart. Because if Luca was in love with anyone, it would have been Robo. That's it. But the gate was unstable. Everyone had to go back to their time or they'd be stuck there. And then we start talking about the camp scene, the entity that wanted us to see these things or experience these things or prevent these things. It's not entirely known. They make it sound very ominous. Was it the planet, or was it some other being? Was it Lavos itself? There's a lot of rumor and speculation going around about it that links to Chrono Cross that I'm not going to get into, because I prefer to ignore Chrono Cross. But your cat, not being fed, jumps into the gate thinking there's food in the gate, and your mom, being your mom, jumps into the gate thinking there's food in the gate. And Chrono looks very happy that his mom just got sucked into a random point in time. I mean, he's doing the, yeah! Mom's gone! That's a little disturbing, really. Alright, so the king asks for our presents. So now we've got to go. And I kind of screw this up because I end up pressing the button and it cuts part of the dialogue off. But it's basically... the king's like, oh, your adventure's over. We don't have to have you here. You don't have to run away anymore. You can stay here. You can stay home. And to celebrate, I got you a bell, because bells are big things in this world, apparently. Bells are what's important. And I hate to say this, but I can't stay. I forget what she says specifically. You can pause the video at the right moment. But then you hear the epic sound effect as we take off in time, because we still have a time machine. And then we get the credits music, which is just, it's amazing. I love the music to this game. The music to this game makes this game. It's like, I have the soundtrack for this game for a reason, because I can just sit and listen to this music. And this is the only ending that I'm going to go ahead and show off the credits, because I'm going to use the credits for my final thoughts on this game officially, and then I may or may not do commentary for the other endings. I haven't decided yet which. I will be showing off the other endings. It may just take a little while. But this game is one of the greatest role-playing games ever made. If you were to come up with a list of the top 5 role-playing games, and this was not on it, I would drag you out into the street and shoot you. This game rocks. It has the perfect makings of a role-playing game. It has character development. It makes you care about the characters. And it gives you this, who do you want in your party to beat the game? Because you get the feeling that whoever's there changes things. But you want everyone to be there. The world, everything, it's just, I can't describe this game in words that actually do it justice. The storyline's amazing. It basically tells you that you can change fate and destiny. I mean, Chrono died, and we brought him back. You have control over destiny, fate. It's yours. And to prove that, you see Robo and his girlfriend in the future, a happy-looking future. Isla and Kino in the past. Frog as the leader of the guards. I mean, everyone changed their own destiny in this game. Frog went from being an outcast to this. Magus even found acceptance and accepted people. It's character development changed. The character arcs for everyone changed. It is the penultimate role-playing story. The game mechanics are amazing. The music is amazing. The graphics were amazing for the time. The 3D effects that they managed to sneak into this game were just unbelievable. When you saw 3D prism effects, you literally would shit yourself. It was like, oh my god, doing this on a cartridge-based game in this day and age. Today, the graphics haven't scaled well. It is still one of the most beautiful sprite-based games ever made. If they were to ever do an HD remake of this, I would love it. I would buy it. I've bought every port of it so far. I owned Super Nintendo. Well, I never owned the Super Nintendo version. I did have a Super Nintendo version. I've bought every repackage since. I bought the PS1 repackage. I've got it on DS. I would easily, again, shell out money for this game again. Square knows I'm a sucker, and I will buy this game over and over and over again. Simply for the memories, the nostalgia. This is gaming to me. This game is amazing. I mean, hell, I actually kind of wanted to use... Well, not kind of, but I was planning on using Frog's theme in my wedding. I since changed that, but I seriously considered it. And my fiancé was fine with that idea. So, I mean, it is one of those things that this game has had so much of an impact on me as a gamer. And this is going to be one of those games that I will constantly use as the standard measurement. I will judge every role-playing game from this point on to this game, especially anything Square makes. Chrono Trigger is my bar. And very few games have surpassed it. Some have come close, but very few have actually equaled or surpassed. So, that's my final thought on the game. We're now at the end screen, and I'm going to go ahead and show the save file, because on the PS1 version you get, when you beat the game and save it, it tells you what name of the ending you got and allows you to save it. So that has been my version of the official ending, or my take on the official ending of Chrono Trigger. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you all in the other alternate endings.